listen to this. There was a Scary Mommy article called "I Married a Meathead," and it seems to have touched a nerve. So they're asking what it's like to be in a relationship where you are the smart one. Amazing. Okay, thanks for sharing. I want to talk to you on commercial break. Okay, so who in your marriage, Andrew, is the smart one?
Honestly, I think a marriage is like you bring out the best in the other person, you support weakly. There's
Good answer.
genuinely, there are things that I could talk about for hours. I could talk about the Fast and the Furious movies for hours.
Yeah.
Does that make me the smarter one? I'm not sure, right? But I think, like, my wife and I, like, things that I'm really good at, she's not great at. Things that she's great at, I'm not good at. We support each other.
So it comes down to what is the definition of intelligence?
I actually, like, I would skew the conversation away from intelligence and more curiosity. And I think that we as people, like right now in a society where we reward hot takes and opinions, we're not curious enough. Because I could talk to someone who is so intelligent, they're out of my league, but if I'm curious, we can have that conversation.
I agree with you entirely, but
here we go.
Haven't you met like somebody who like you're literally like talking to them and you're just like, okay, I don't think that there's anything there. I'm not saying that's what is a meathead, okay? Everybody here got an image in their brain when we hear the word meathead. And the funny thing about that is that, I'm gonna age myself right now, but way back in the day, All in the Family, remember the character of Meathead? He was actually a left-leaning hippie who was always pushing sort of political agenda. And his father-in-law called him a meathead. But nowadays, when we think of the word meathead, I think I'm just gonna call it out. We think of like a jock, typically someone who's kind of like meaty,
like a little Travis Kelce,
maybe a little bit of that. I mean, I didn't say that. I
didn't say it. I asked the question.
I just think we have an image in our brain, and I want to know again: is it like the meat content a little wiener, or is it a full plate of prosciutto? Because
I didn't know where you were going with that meat reference. I was like,
you know what I mean? Like, are they a little bit dumb in certain regions? I can handle that. But if they're fully empty, if they're fully filled with meat, I'm not in.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I wanted to ask the question, like, what is your gauge of, again, what is...
The meat quotient?
No, like, what to you is like, what's dumb? Is smart simple?
Simple, I'm curious, that they don't have a passion for anything, that they kind of just bumble along, life happens to them, rather than them making like...
They have no skills.
They have no skills, they're not, but they're just also not like on the level where I can actually have a debate or an interesting conversation with them and get something back. I dated guys where I got nothing back in the intelligence department, and it was a... Can I say that?
You did.
Just did.
Okay, well, you did. Well, I say this because I think there is an invisible caste system in this country, in this continent, where we think intelligence and smartness, it equates with degrees.
Yep.
And so the more education you have, the more you can conduct yourself and ask questions and book smart.
Book smart.
But I'm going to tell you something. Even though I have many degrees and Ryan does not, he can build a house with his bare hands.
Yeah.
And so where it is I think not you, but I think a lot of people think that there's this sort of white collar intelligence and this sort of blue collar is less than, and people who are in trades are somehow not smarter or intelligent. They're making more money than most of you,
and
for the record, and they're very smart,
and I think even with the jocks, even though I think you mentioned jocks, and it's like, a lot of people think that athletes aren't smart. There are a lot of very brilliant athletes who are running up and down. So I think it's very interesting. But as a person who has dated every level of intelligence, I'll say, keep it real. I'd say that there's one piece of intelligence that most men are missing that's super important, and that's your EQ.
Emotional
Your
intelligence.
emotional intelligence. And that can make up for whatever book smart you don't have or whatever you're lacking. That, as a woman, that is most important for me. Because you're right, maybe I'm more book smart, but this person also knows how to change a carburetor and change my oil, and those are things that I don't do, and I appreciate those things. But I still need you to see me, know when I need help, communicate with me. Those things, you can't teach that, and I don't care, right? There's no book, there's no degree, and I think that should be the focus.
Yeah. Empathy, all of that. Andrew,
but also a little bit of like,
meat.
Sorry.
But have something, you're right, you have to be able to talk.
Sorry.
No, I love hearing this conversation. I love it. But I will say for every meathead, there's someone who's a Wagyu meathead. You know, like really like deep layers. You know, because they might be a meathead. But
Fine meat.
Wow.
This is why you're gonna be my wingman, because we need that Wagyu beef, man. In my DMs.
Yes.
We're gonna get that guy.
You gotta look at the layers, the marbling.
Yes.
We need that show. We need that show, but we also want to talk about the show that is on season 3, Run the Burbs. Tell us about season 3.
Season 3 is about family. It's a family-oriented season about seeing, like, we have a 16-year-old, I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old in the home.
Well,
and like,
Cardi.
we're seeing, Cardi is DJing our early hours nightclub from 6 to 9. That was last week's episode, a nightclub that only happens from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes.
We all want that right now.
Yes.
But it's a season just about family and seeing the children grow up, and Andrew and Camille, my wife, struggling to connect with the kids and also keep the marriage, like find the connections in the marriage. Yeah.
I love the show. That's why everybody loves you. We love you here, and we just want to say continued success.
Thank you.
And come by anytime, please.
I'm happy to come by anytime. Thank you.
And then we're also hitting the club at 6 to 9 together.
Why? Are we going to the club?
We're going to the club.
We're on Queen Street. Let's go to the club.
Let's go to the club.
Does this become Electric Circus at 9 o'clock?
Yes.
They filmed it right here.
I know they did. I know they did.
This just got so fun, guys. Let's tell everybody, Run the Burbs season 3. It is streaming right now on CBC and CBC Gem. Make sure to check it out. 3 minutes away, Gavin Knox is back. He's going to teach us how to make desserts using, listen, ancient grains? It's true. That is next. We'll be back.
If you want to get up on a Google.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.